Welcome to episode 46 of the Mile 62 podcast. My name is Richard Elkins, and I'm coming to you from Austin, Texas. A very hot Austin, Texas. The last few weeks we've been close to 100 degrees or above 100 degrees. Today's podcast, I'd like to update you on my training and preparation for Habanero, and then I'm going to talk about my experience as a YouTuber. I created the Mile 62 running channel, YouTube channel about 8 weeks ago, 2 months ago. So we'll get into that. Training-wise, doing well. Been really focusing on weightlifting and really cross-training in general. Earlier this year, as I mentioned on other podcasts, I got a lot of equipment in my gym. I really converted my gym into my garage into a home gym. I've got a squat rack. I've got some really nice bumper plates, and I spent good money on the weight equipment. I really got quality. Kind of outfitted the walls with some boxers and Arnold Schwarzenegger pictures. It looks pretty neat. It's kind of my getaway in the house now. Even my kids like going out there. I've got a TV out there where I can play YouTube videos, and got a Rogue Echo bike, which is a CrossFit type of workout piece of equipment, and I've got a ski erg or ski RG, which is Nordic skiing equipment. Really great for building up the upper body and those muscles we need for hiking poles late in ultra. And so been really enjoying the gym, putting in some good effort, sometimes too much effort. Right now I've got tennis elbow, and I don't play tennis. It's because I've been lifting too heavy a weight. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on weightlifting. One of them, Mountain Dog, is a real good one. Guy is a former bodybuilder up in Ohio. Tells you how to properly lift weights and stuff like that. And he always warns, if you lift too heavy, you're going to get tennis elbow. And sure enough, that's what happened to me. I was, I think 2 days ago, I was lifting really heavy dumbbells, and it felt okay at the time, but the next day my elbows were a little bit sore. Sometimes I'll get that on the ski RG as well, if I'm doing really long sessions like 2 miles, 3 miles. My form, I do it a little bit differently than they tell you to do it, because I like to engage the triceps, because I think that's important for trail runners. The proper form is where you go straight down and just slightly curve, but I like to extend it more like a Nordic skier, and then I like to flex the triceps. The CrossFit people don't care to do that, but I think there's some benefit for trail runners. But anyways, spending a lot of time in the gym. I've been doing the bike in my gym, and then I've had a flat. I was not riding my road bike, for a couple weeks, but I've got it fixed now. This week I've done about 50 miles, and trying to really focus on running, cross-training, cycling, and weightlifting, and doing some swimming here and there, and also rucking. I haven't been too much rucking lately. I need to put more of that into the mix, because I think that's important. But so doing pretty good. Also trying to cut more weight. I need to lose about 10. I'd like to lose 10 pounds, but that's probably too much to lose, and it's about 3 weeks till the race. Habanero 100 is in Cat Springs, Texas, which is near Houston. I've raced out there many times, and it's a 10K loop. The race starts at high noon, so it's usually over 100 degrees, and it's a 10K loop, so you have to do it 16 times. I ran the 100-miler out there last October. It was called the Jalapeno 100, but it was a little bit cooler, quite a bit cooler actually. During August, I've run the 100K out there, and I've run the 50K out there. I've calculated that I've done that 10K loop at least 31 times. So I know the course very well. It's sandy, but it's a nice course, but there's a lot of direct sunlight because there's not tree coverage in most of the course, and they put sand out there because there's a lot of horseback riding out there sometimes. So it's a challenging course. At night it's really nice, but it's not very technical at all. There's not much rocks. They keep the course really smooth, actually. Nice thing is, even at night you can jog, whereas in a lot of Texas courses, at night you're pretty much power hiking because they're so technical. It's difficult to run. But I feel good. Like I said, I'm trying to cut some weight, and I'm really confident going into it. I feel good. I've raced out there so many times, and I know that probably 50% of it's a mental game because the high heat, the hydration is real important. The anti-chafing is very important. You got to stay lubed up or you're going to chafe real bad out there because of the high heat. Usually the DNF rate is pretty high out there, maybe more than 50%, and it's usually because people are not hydrating right. Hydration, nutrition, and anti-chafing is critical. Chafing is what takes out a lot of people. So what's interesting, I was looking at it today, and over 80 people have registered for the 100-miler. That's actually more than is registered for the 100K. I think the 100K is like 60-some people. I'm thinking to myself, did all these people just move to Texas? Usually there's a small amount in the 100, and the 100K and the 50K has a lot of participants. The 100-miler is really tough because of the high heat. You're running in the heat 2 daylights. Because since it starts at high noon, you're going to run until about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night in the high heat daylight. Then you're going to run through the night, and then you have to run through the daylight again on the Sunday. The race closes at 6 o'clock. So I could finish that course in 24 hours during a cool. I was kind of on par to do that last October, but I fell apart on the last few laps, so it took me 28 hours. But I think the course for a mid-pack type runner, it's doable in 24 hours if you have a good race. But that still means you're going to be out there in the sun 2 days. So it's a tough race. It's so hot that I use arm sleeves and I fill them with ice. And you're thinking, man, that'd be painful, but it's actually not. When your body is really hot like that and you put ice in the sleeves, it really cools you down because you have a lot of arteries going through your arms. When the first time I did it, I was like, man, that's going to be painful, but it's not. It actually feels good. And it melts so fast. By the next aid station, it's gone. But stay tuned. I'm planning on doing a Habanero preview special. I may go out there next weekend and film one lap and put together some more information about the race and put a nice video together and post it on my YouTube channel. That'd be great for first timers. And anyways, stay tuned. I planned to do that they had a Habanero training run, but it rained a lot and I didn't go out there. But I'm thinking about doing that this upcoming Saturday, so stay tuned. What else I got going on? I've got Arkansas Traveler. It's a 100-miler in October in Arkansas through the Ozarks. It's a tougher one. It's probably my toughest 100-mile race of the year. I've got 3 more this year, but it's going to be the toughest one because there's a lot of elevation. That's mainly Jeep roads, but there are some single track sections, and the Ozarks are a lot higher than the hills we have in Texas. But it's going to be a very pretty course. And then in December, I've got Brazos Bend, which takes place down near Houston, and a state park that's got a bunch of alligators and stuff. They don't bother you, but it's kind of famous. You see pictures of all the alligators out there. That's a real flat course, a fast course. So look forward to doing that. That's also a Western States qualifier. I've already got my Western States qualifier for this year already because I finished Rocky Raccoon. So that's going to qualify me for 2022. And the way Western States works is after the end of November, the races start counting as a qualifier for the next year. So if I finish Brazos Bend in December, which I plan to do, that'll be my qualifier for 2023. So I think I've been in the lottery already 2 years, so every year more I get more tickets, and I think it's an extra 2 tickets per year or something like that. Anyways, that's someday I'd like to run Western States, and it's probably a good thing that I haven't been chosen yet, because I'm not sure that I could complete it yet. That's a really tough course and a lot of elevation, but I think by next year I should be in the shape to do that. I'm confident that I could do it. But if I got selected this year or last year, it might have been a coin toss if I can finish it or not. But that's what I got going on. I plan to do maybe some 100Ks later in the fall too. I'm trying to win a 400-mile buckle from Taos Trails. I think I'm at like 250 miles already. So I need to probably do maybe a 100-miler or 2 100Ks, 60, 120. Yeah, it's going to be real close. I'd like to win that 400-mile buckle. But the way it works is only races that they put on that are longer than a marathon count. So it has to be a 50K or longer, and they just don't put on many races during the summer. So I did several other races during the spring. So I need to do some in the fall, but I've got 3 races. I got 3 100s in the fall, and none of them are Taos Trails, so I don't get any credit for those. So I'm gonna try to figure it out. I think I might be able to throw in a few 100Ks in the fall and hit the 400-mile level so I can get that buckle. It's a really cool buckle. It's got a 400 on it. It's just really nice. It's one of those things I like to do at least once. And so I've also got some new shoes recently, still using Olympus 4s. I think I'm on my 5th pair or 6th pair. Just got a new pair come in, the black, red, and white ones. I try to get a different color every time. I always tell people that's a good idea, because even if you keep track of your shoes on Strava, if you're using the same model a lot, you'll have so many of them that you'll forget which one is the newest one after you run in them a little bit. So what I do is every time I get a new pair, I always try to get a different color. I do that on my Cliftons for the road, Hoka Cliftons. I do that on my Ultra Olympus 4s. Yeah, it works out pretty good. I also got in a new pair of Nike Pegasus 3s and ran in them today. Boy, those are nice. I haven't worn Nike since I ran on the roads, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. I stopped using them because they were hurting I was getting plantar fasciitis, and I think the reason I was getting that is because I was not changing out my shoes often enough. And the models maybe not a good match for me. They weren't neutral enough. I did a gait analysis 3 years ago, and they said my foot is extremely flat. And I remember with some Nikes I would wear arch support, which is a bad idea. I have a very flat foot. So the Ultras work really well for me on the trails because they have a big forefoot and 0 drop. And on the roads, I like to use the Hokas. The main reason is because I don't like the ultra running shoes. I mean the road shoes, with the exception of the Escalante. So, anyways, that's kind of what's going on. I've also been struggling with shorts. Got a lot of Exoskin gear. I like their product a lot, but I've determined that that's probably best for me during the winter time. And one thing I learned about Exoskin shorts is that you don't want to wear them too tight, because they, after a while, can chafe you. But I've had challenges with Solomon shorts. Started using the Brooks shorts, the 6-inch drop, which I've been running in mostly now during the hot summer. And, I still lube up a little bit if it's a real hot day, but I think those are going to be my go-to for Habanero and in Arkansas Traveler. Now, the race in December, I may use my Exoskin because I have a lot of expensive Exoskin gear. I mean, long tights, every different kind of shorts that they make. So those are my go-to. So I'm using the Brooks shorts and the Exoskin gear. And socks, I'm still using Injinji mainly. I also have some Exoskin toe socks. I only use toe socks in racing. You know, since I started that 2 years ago, I almost never get a blister, and they work really well. I tend to use Injinji more than the Exoskin because Exoskin only has one thickness. So if it's a 50K, I can use Exoskin. If it's a 100K, 100 mile, I use the Injinji Trail or the Injinji Ultra. So that's kind of the way I am going with gear now. Let's talk about YouTube. So I started YouTube about 2 months ago. I bought a GoPro Hero 9, and I remember my first, I was just learning to use the camera. You know, you just don't buy it, and I mean, you got to learn how to use it, and they have so many different types of sticks to hold the GoPro, and you know, how to upload to their cloud, how to save it to your computer, how to edit it. They have their own editing software, but I learned after a month that that's not the way to do it. You want to use more sophisticated editing software. Well, if you look at my first couple of videos, or at least my first month's worth of videos on YouTube, man, they're pretty rough. But I really studied a lot. There's a lot of YouTube channels that all they do is teach YouTubers how to YouTube. So I've studied those, and they say, you know, one thing they always tell you, say you're going to learn, you're going to get better, but just keep posting decent content and your editing will get better, and then your channel will grow. That's the key to YouTube. You need to always be posting content, or your viewers are not going to view your channel. Well, when I first got started, I think, you know, you want to get subscribers, and because YouTube is not going to promote your videos, the YouTube algorithm is not going to pick up your videos and suggest them to other people until you get some traction. And so, you know, you start out, you're asking your family members to subscribe, and I think I was at like 10 subscribers. I mean, had some friends and some family members subscribe. I was there for a couple weeks, and it was really hard getting past like 30 subscribers, and I think that took me, I've been doing it 2 months, and I think that took me 1 month at least, or maybe even a little bit longer. You know, you're trying to get people to look at your content, but they can't because the YouTube is not suggesting it yet. So it's important for people to not only subscribe to your videos, but most importantly, comment on your videos and like your videos. If people are not signed into YouTube, they cannot like or comment on your videos. And you ask family members to do it, and I've been a little bit disappointed that, you know, other than my immediate family, my wife and kids are very supportive. My kids even have YouTube channels now, gaming channels. So basically everybody in my family, even my wife, has a YouTube channel. So we have 4 YouTube channels. We're really into it, and before we got into YouTube, everything we watch is on YouTube. We don't watch Netflix or TV or anything. We just watch YouTube. The kids watch gaming, and we watch hobby-oriented stuff. But I try to get family members to subscribe and comment on my videos. I only have a few videos per week, and I have some family members that don't even subscribe to me. It's free. You know, you get a little bit frustrated, you know. I had a little bit like this. It was a little bit like this when I started my podcasting, and however, you know, that those are some of the negatives. You know, sometimes you think, am I too old to be doing this? You know, I'm 54. Maybe some family thinks it's a joke and a dumb hobby. I don't know. But it's very serious to me. I want to grow my channel. Maybe as I get even older, as, you know, not retire, but, you know, maybe I could make some business out of it where I'm, you know, testing shoes. And because once you get to about 10,000 subscribers, you're not making much money from the channel, but you can also make money from affiliate links, and also you're getting a lot of free gear. Because in our hobby, the shoes are expensive and everything. We go through shoes fast. You know, there's YouTubers out there, 50,000 subscribers, or 10,000 to 50,000. These guys are getting like 3-4 pairs of shoes a week, all kinds of equipment to test on their channel. So it's pretty neat. So that's kind of where I want to go. And, someday if I can get, 50,000 subscribers or more, it might be enough income to have kind of a retirement business, doing your hobby, man. What would be better than that, So it's very serious to me. I have been studying the DaVinci Resolve 17. It's a very complex editing software, but it's free. And there are a lot of good tutorials out there on how to use it. So I've been studying it, and I know that's the future. That's what some of the big YouTubers use. And I've had some success. I had one video I did this week where I did better editing, and I had music throughout the whole 20-minute run that I did. It's kind of a virtual run. I had one person comment on my video, said your videos are great for the treadmill, and I didn't even realize that. There's been some kind of readjusting on what I do on my channel because of comments. There's a whole group of people out there that they like to watch videos when they run, and they like to watch other people running in the videos. So when they're running on the treadmill, it looks like they're running in your video. They call it virtual running. So I've done a couple videos like that, and I edited one this weekend, and I was real happy with it because I did some fusion type of stuff in the video where my channel gets introduced and the graphics come into the video, and the one I used was a like Superman graphics from the movie. Introduced my channel, and then I had a fading graphic at the end of the video. It's the first time I put text in a video, so I was real happy I learned how to do that. And I put music throughout my whole video, probably had 10 different songs. And, learning how to do the audio. I think the audio is actually more difficult than the video part, because you want things to piece together right. And then you got to render it, and then you find some mistakes, and then you got to change it, and then render it again. And then once you get the video right, then you got to upload it to YouTube and develop the thumbnail that is going to get people's attention. And I've gotten really good at that. I've probably done 30 videos now, so I'm a lot better on the thumbnails. Some of my early videos didn't even have thumbnails at all, so I found a good app to do that on my phone. So I feel like I'm getting the hang of it now. And I used to do a lot of my vlog videos. I would do a lot of talking, and now I'm doing the vlogs with more music. I think people didn't want to hear me talking. So I'm just kind of adjusting for what the customer or the viewer wants. And so I've got my running vlogs, and then I've got my product reviews. I've done even supplement reviews, and I plan to do a lot more shoe reviews. I've got 3 shoes in the pipeline right now. I'm also going to do a biking shoe. So I'm trying to cater to, of course, trail running, weightlifting people. Cyclists might get something from my channel because I have another section I call running data tools. So I've done like 5 videos on Strava tips. There's a lot of things that Strava does that a lot of people don't know, and I didn't even know until recently. How to measure yourself, the progress reports, how to compare yourself against others. There's a lot of things, and I've done videos on all of these, and I've gotten some really good feedback on those because I found out there weren't that many people out there doing it, and the people that were doing it on YouTube were mainly cycling YouTube channels. So there wasn't many runners out there doing Strava videos. So I started doing that, and I even got one review today from a guy that's a quad cyclist, one of those bikes that have 4 wheels. He said, "Man, I learned so much from your channel, and I subscribed. It's really made my day. It was a really neat comment." So I know I'm on the right track now. It used to be that I was getting like a few subscribers a week, and now I'm getting like 2 subscribers every day. And my retention's a lot better. I remember like 3-4 weeks ago, I would gain 2 subscribers and then lose 3. Gain 2, lose 1. I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Why are people doing this? So I think my videos are getting better. I have a more diverse offering. So I have my vlogs, my technical reviews, my data tools, and then I have my shorts, which have a lot of weightlifting stuff. And what's interesting about the weightlifting, boy, that takes off really good. I mean, I have one video where I did the Stallone challenge. This is an interesting one to talk about because Coach Greg, which is, multi-million subscriber YouTuber, he analyzed the Stallone video. Sylvester Stallone picked up two 45-pound plates in front of him and stood up. Sylvester Stallone is 74 years old. It's impossible. And the reason it's impossible is because when you put the plates out in front of you like that, it throws you off balance. Not to mention the 45-pound plates in each hand is pretty heavy. Well, right after Coach Greg did this, I did it. So the timing was perfect. Now if you go on YouTube, there's like hundreds of people doing this challenge. But I just had the perfect timing. So I did it, and I used two 10-pound plates. I probably could have done 15, but I used my bumper plates, which are really large. And it was very challenging to do 10 pounds with bumper plates because I have nothing to grab onto. I have to hold them. It's basically hand strength to hold these plates. And I had a lot of good comments. And as of today, I've got like 28,000 views on that video. Now, the bad thing about shorts is it doesn't get you much subscribers because it's kind of a niche area, but it gets me a lot of viewing time. And so some of my weightlifting short videos, I got several of them in the many thousands. I've got one running, one Yasso 800 video is like 15,000. And one thing about the shorts, though, you can get a lot of positive comments, but you can also get some negative comments. So I've learned that, and I learned from another YouTuber that, the best thing to do is ignore negative comments. I don't even delete them or hide them because, negative comments still going to help you on YouTube. Positive or negative still going to get you some points with the YouTube algorithm. Yeah, and because the way I look at it is, and I learned this from another big YouTuber. Big YouTuber taught me, the small YouTuber. They say, hey, when people make those hate comments, you don't know where they are. They could be sitting in the ER waiting for their mother that's in surgery. That kind of resonated with me. We're in a pandemic world right now. People losing their jobs. Even my job is real challenging because I'm buying from Asia. There's IC shortage. Even the automakers can't get parts, and small companies like mine are trying to get parts. It's really tough right now. People losing their jobs, and there's a pandemic going on. So I'm blessed. Family's healthy. I still got a job, so I don't respond to hate comments. And I remember on my Sylvester Stallone challenge, one guy said, "Are you a disc jockey?" He's trying to make fun of me holding two plates up, and I'm like, funny guy. But a lot of the hate comments, when people put hate comments on your videos, you go to look at who posted it, and they have like one or two letters for their name. It's like they create ghost accounts just to go around and mess with people, It's like, why do people do that? I don't know. It's bizarre. But anyways, I don't respond to hate comments. I'm not gonna lower myself, do that. And negative comments actually help your video anyways. But yeah, so as of today, I got 139 subscribers. I'm happy. My goal for July was 100. And I've had a lot of nice people I've not even met before, really try to help me out. And that's really nice. I remember 2 weeks ago, maybe it was 3 weeks ago. Yeah, it was about 2.5 weeks ago, I was at 97 subscribers. Now, I post videos to Strava all the time, and I think I get some traction from there. I've got over 1,700 followers on Strava. Strava is a really important tool for me. But anyways, I was at 97 subscribers. It was a Friday, and I posted on Strava. One of the posting, you can make a post I said, hey everyone, I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by Sunday. This is on Friday. I really appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel if you like to follow running content. I just put that out there, in the back of my mind I was thinking, well, maybe I'll get another 3 or 4 by Sunday and I can hit my goal. I tell you what, within 24 hours I had another 25 subscribers. I mean, everyone just really came out to help me out. And they even posted comments on Strava, and it's like, this really, really moved me because, here I am struggling sometimes to get people and my own relatives to look at my videos and comment on them. Here are 25 people that I think it was only 1 or 2 of them that I really knew well. The rest of them are just in my Strava network all over the world. They came out and helped me out. They logged into Strava. You logged into YouTube, subscribed, and it really made a difference for me. So I went from like 97 to 122 and before Saturday. I was like, it blew my mind. And anyways, so I'm on that journey. 139 doesn't sound like much, but for a running channel, that's pretty good. My goal is to try to get to 500 by the end of the year. And then once I get to 1,000 subscribers, I can start streaming, but I might start, that's YouTube's rule, but I can start streaming to YouTube with other tools before that. But if you don't have enough subscribers, then you're not going to have people in the chat during your stream, so it's kind of a domino effect. But I'm excited about it. It's a lot of fun to do it, and I just want to be successful at it. So I'm learning and getting better. So that's kind of where I'm at. I planned on taking the audios from many of my YouTube videos and putting them into my podcast. I know a lot of the big YouTubers do that, but it's not really easy to do, and they really need to be interview type videos, and I'm going to be doing more of those soon. So if you're listening to my podcasts, I apologize for kind of a lapse. There's been like a month since my last podcast, but things should be picking up on the podcast also because there's more racing coming up. And I'm going to learn how to move some of my content from my YouTube into my podcast. So that's my plan. So I appreciate you sticking with me. So, when you get starting on YouTube, you're trying to get people to look at your content. You're also, kind of engaging other small YouTubers in your niche. Some of them will help, follow your content. Hey, we're back. I had some technical difficulties. What I was talking about is, as a small YouTuber, you will follow other small YouTubers in your niche, to learn about, learn the ropes. And also, that's the reason you're in that niche is because you're very interested in it. So some small YouTubers I had relationship with in podcasting, like Mid-Age Runner, Steve Cameron, good friend. I think we've learned and we follow each other's videos. And then there are a lot of other YouTubers in Europe. Trail running is real big in Europe and also in the U.S. that some people that were new and I didn't know anything about. But I'm very interested as a trail runner to watch their videos. But, when I comment on their videos, my name is a YouTube channel. It's a Mile 62 running channel. And I think some YouTubers, they kind of, they don't want to engage with you and they don't want you commenting on their channels. And so it's kind of an awkward situation. Sometimes I wish I wasn't a YouTuber when I want to comment on a channel, but because I'm really interested in the content because I'm a trail runner. But it is nice when you follow another small YouTuber and you have interest in their channel and they're interested in your channel because you help each other out. Because, a small YouTuber, we all have the same challenge. We're all trying to get to like 1,000 subscribers and grow our channel because when you're real small, the YouTube algorithm is not really giving us much play time against the big guys. And, the big YouTubers, 10,000 plus, they're getting free shoes and free equipment from the brands so that they can review. And a lot of these bigger YouTubers, they're getting shoes 1 month ahead of time before you can even buy them in the store. So the small YouTubers have a big disadvantage in that respect. So I think it's great that, some small YouTubers can work together and help each other. And so I've had some good friends that I've met that have also small YouTube channels and running. But there are also some YouTube channels out there that really didn't greet me very well when I engaged with them. But anyways, for the most part, most people with in the running community have been really great, and that's in YouTube and also in podcasting, because you run into a lot of the same challenges with podcasting. But anyways, I'm happy about it. I'm having fun doing it, learning a lot, and I think that's about it for today. If you would, please check out my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and hang in there. There'll be more podcasts coming. I'm still very serious about podcasting. I got really occupied trying to get the YouTube going, and I planned on using the audio from some of my videos in my podcasting, but I just haven't worked out the technical challenges on that yet. I know it's possible because a lot of the big YouTubers do that, so I'll get that worked out. But if you have any comments or would like to be on one of my videos, interview videos, which I'll be doing more in the future, or you have some idea for a podcast or video, send me an email. It's runnerrwe@gmail.com. I no longer use Instagram and Facebook or even Twitter. I really want to focus on Strava, YouTube, and I'm also on LinkedIn, but that's more for business. But Strava and YouTube is where you can find me, or find me at the next races. Come up and say hello. I'd like to meet you. And anyways, have a good week and enjoy your run. Bye for now.